Welcome back everyone to the channel. So in the last session we had seen how to configure the basic configuration of Windows Server 2016. In today's session we will see how to install the ADDS role, that's the Active Directory Domain Services, and this will be shown in two ways. One, through the GUI, that's a graphical user interface, and secondly through the PowerShell commands. So without much ado, let's start off with this. So the server is up, and the first screen that you see on the server is the server manager. To install a role, we need to click on manage, add roles and features, click on next. This is the only server that we have in the environment, so we'll select this, click on next. Over here we need to select Active Directory Domain Services. This will have also some additional features along with it. Include that, click on next. Click on next. Let it be the defaults, click on next, next, and then install. So this would be installing the ADDS role, as we can see in the box over here. Active Directory Domain Services, the group policy management. This in itself is a whole group, whole session. Through the group policies, you can restrict, you can allow, you can have different policies on the server, in fact in the complete environment. Then we have the RSAT, that's the remote server admin tools, ADDS and ADLDS tools. Then we have the ADAM or the ADAC, Active Directory Administrative Center, and we have the ADDS snap-in and command line tools. So let's pause this video for a bit because this is going to take a bit of time. Once this is done, the server will be restarted automatically. So let's pause this video for a few seconds. Okay, the role has been installed. Now we need to promote this server to a domain controller. For that, click on this hyperlink. There are three things over here. One, to add a domain controller to an existing domain, which we do not have as of now because this is the first domain controller. Second is also not valid because this is adding a new domain to an existing forest. The third is the one that we need to select, add a new forest. You need to put in the name of the company. In my case, I'll put in askanexpert.com. Click on next. Now this would be checking in the complete environment whether we have this name existing or not. It was not available, so it goes to the next screen. The forest function level and the domain function level, let them be the highest. Now this machine will also act as a domain name server. Again, this would be coming in the later sessions. A global catalog and a read-only domain controller. These 3 points are a single session itself, so let's take them in further classes. This is the password that you need to put in case your AD goes down or some corruption happens. So make sure the password that you put in is stored in a good place. Click on next. There would be a warning, just ignore this. This is for the DNS because as of now we do not have the DNS server separately, so this machine would be acting as the DNS server as well. The NetBIOS name is the name that is being recognized by older server systems. It takes the first 15 characters. So it looks good. Ask an expert. Click on next. Now it's going to verify the NetBIOS name as well. Now these are the location where you put in the database, the log, and the sysvol folder for AD. If there is no requirement, let them be as the default. Click on next. This is a summary as to what we have selected. Click on next. Now this is verifying the prerequisites for a domain controller operation. If there may be any warning, it will show in this box over here. In a few seconds you will see that there are some warnings. Yes, there are. Now these are okay, doesn't make much of a difference. It also says over here, the prerequisite checks have passed successfully. Click install to begin installation. We click on install. Now post this, there would be a restart. So let's pause the video again, and once the server is back up and running, I'll resume the video. So as we can see, it says that the computer will be restarted. So the computer is restarting now. And once the server is back up and running, you'll see that the login would change. Now it would have a domain controller name in front of the username. Okay, now we are logging in back again. It's almost there. This would take a bit of time, don't worry on that. The reason being, earlier it was a simple work group. Now it's a domain controller. A domain controller has additional binaries that it has to load when the server is starting up. So this is quite general, don't have to worry on this thing. So we are almost there. Applying the computer settings. Also, a request to all of you guys out there. In case you want me to change something, do let me know. Any suggestion, any comment, do put in your valuable feedback in the comment box below. I'll try to improve on those things as well. Also, if you want to learn something new, let's say related to PowerShell, related to Windows, put in the comment box. I'll try to create a video out of that and I'll post that in the channel. I just need your support for spreading this knowledge across. It's almost there. So, and also if you're using VirtualBox to work on the like server machines, in normal machine we have Control Alt Delete to log in. In this, you need to press the host button and the delete button. Now the host button over here is the right control key, and the delete button that will do the same task as Control Alt Delete. Also, you can see the shortcut over here. It says insert Control Alt Delete works with host and del. The host button is the right control key. Let's wait a minute or so and we will be on the login screen. I have increased the memory to 4 GB now. It should be much faster as compared to the 2 GB. Also, the host key over here shows that the current host key is being assigned to the right control. Let me pause the video for two. Okay, we are almost done. Alright, we are at the main screen. Let's do a control delete, and we have the domain name askanexpert/administrator. In production environments, this administrator name is being changed to something else. This would pose a threat for hacking. Let's put in the password now. Okay, it's creating my profile, and we will be on the desktop with the server manager back up and running. And from the server manager, we'll see if this machine has become a domain controller or not. We are almost there. Okay, so here comes up the server manager dashboard. If we go to the local server now, in fact, we'll have some more features over here. We'll have ADDS, we'll have DNS. Let this populate. Still populating. So if I click on this, it might give me an error that it's populating the details. Wait for a few more minutes. Okay, now we see that ADDS, the role that we installed, is appearing over here. DNS is also here, this being the first domain controller, that this will act as a DNS as well. And the domain name is askanexpert.com. Now to verify if AD was installed or not, you need to go to Start button, go to Windows Admin Tools, and over here you will see all the domain services listed. We have AD, we have Sites and Services, the AD modules for PowerShell. Let's open up the users and computers. This is the window from where you can create users, you can create organizational units, which are kind of containers which will hold other objects into it. You'll also see that the group policy is also installed. Just to check that out, go to Admin Tools, go a bit below over here, two down, let's go top, group policy management. Now, these are the features that every Windows admin should be knowing of. Okay, let's wait for it to come in. So as I say, for everything we have two ways. One is through the server manager, the other is through the start button or the command line. The command line to open up Windows AD system would be dsa.msc. Now this is still populating the window to come up, so let's wait for this. I'm a bit impatient, so let's click on start, go to run, and then type in dsa.msc. Okay, look, here we have the AD console, and we have the domain name, we have the several built-in OUs. OUs are organizational units, which are a kind of container, which will hold other objects into it. So everything in AD is considered as an object. You see, these are called containers. This is a container. It will have several built-in users as well. Let it give some time. Okay, it's coming up. There are no items, but there would be some built-in details as well. Let's go to built-in. It's taking a bit of time. Nevertheless, in the meantime, let me show you the other way of opening AD. That's through the command dsa.msc. This will open up the same console again. I'll go into the intricacies of AD in the next sessions or in the coming further sessions. So this is just how to install the ADDS role. You see over here we have inbuilt groups, we have inbuilt users as well. Guest is a user account which is disabled by default. On a server operating system, the guest is always disabled. Domain controllers. We have only one domain controller, so in a minute this will populate as well. And the name of the domain controller is dc1.askanexpert.com. It will be up. Okay, here we are. And this came in from the command that we ran earlier, dsa.msc. So we have the DC1 over here. When you add up computers to your network, they would appear in this computers OU. So this was the way by which we can use GUI to install AD. Now I'll show you the other way of installing AD, and that is through PowerShell. Let's close this. First of all, we need to demote this machine to a workgroup. We need to remove AD and then demote it to a workgroup, and then we will use the PowerShell way. To demote the machine, you need to click on Manage, remove roles and features. This is the same machine that we are working on. Click on Next. If we need to remove the DNS, we need to remove the AD, remove the features as well. Okay. It says to remove one or more installed roles, select the checkbox and clear it out. So this is what we done. Now it says that to remove the roles, you need to first of all demote the domain controller. Demotion means from the domain controller, it should become a workgroup, and then we can remove the roles. Let's demote the domain controller first. DC promo/force removal was the command that we used to use in Windows 2008, 2003. So we'll do a force removal of this domain controller. Click on this, click on Next, and then proceed with the removal. Click on Next. Now this is the password that we had put in for the DSRM. It should be the same password, else this would not allow you to go further. Click Next, and then demote. And this will be demoted to a workgroup, and thereafter we can go ahead and remove the roles. Okay, this will stop all the domain services like netlogon, DNS. These are the services when they to time, and this is the key from where the AD domain services are actually installed. Okay, it says it's successfully demoted, and this will now restart the machine. So let the machine restart, and I'll resume back the recording again. So we can see now that the computer is restarting. Let's log into the computer again. Control and delete. Now you see that the domain name has disappeared now. It's a normal local admin. Let's put in the password. Oh, I'm bad at remembering passwords. Okay. There are a few things that you need to do once the demotion is done, like changing the computer name from a domain to a workgroup. Let the Windows Server Manager come up. The processing completely depends upon the memory that you're giving to the computer. I have the host machine at 8 GB and I have given 50% of that to the VirtualBox. We go to the local server from here. And now you would see that ADDS and DNS is also appearing again. Let's remove that. Let's go to workgroup, change, more. Okay, it's not here. Cancel. Let's go to manage again. Remove roles and features. So earlier we had demoted it from a domain controller to a workgroup. Now we can go ahead and remove the roles and features. Click on next. Remove the tick marks next to AD and next to DNS as well. So this will check. Okay, let's remove DNS, remove the features. Click on next, next, and then remove. So it's the removal started on DC1. DC1 is the name of the computer that we're using. So this will remove the ADDS role, the DNS, the group policy, the same list of commands that we had while installing it. So it's kind of undoing everything that we had done in the first place. The removal has started. Wouldn't take much of a time, so let's wait on this. Almost there, around 50% is done. So we are making a change to the domain controller. A restart would be required. Let's click on close and then let's do a restart. Shut down, restart. It's a planned one because I did it on purpose. Click continue. It will work on the updates. Whatever update was being installed, that would be reverted back. Wouldn't take much time, so not to worry. So once this is done and the server is back up and running, I'll pause the video now, and in fact there's no need. Let's wait for this. It's restarting. So we are back on again. The Windows logo. Okay, it's almost there. Now, as usual, since we have removed the domain controller role from here, you would not see the domain name. It would have the simple administrator role or administrator account onto which we need to log in. So it's working on the features. Whatever feature is installed by default, it will try to recalculate that. It will remove the .NET features that we had installed extra. 98, 100%. Okay, now let's log into this. Control delete again. And see, the domain name is vanished. Now let's log in to the computer. Now we'll see that on the server manager on the left hand side, you would not have the ADDS and DNS roles. Those will be gone. Let the server manager come up. Okay, it's there. Guys, again, if you have any questions in any step, do let me know and I'll be more than happy to help you out over here. it's populating it across. You see at the left hand side, it would not have ADTS and DNS. That's gone. It's a workgroup now. So this is the way by which we can use the GUI to install and uninstall the ADTS role. Now let's go ahead and do it via PowerShell. For that, I need to write up a small script. Let me pause the video, and once the script is done, I'll come back again. In fact, let me take you through one or two steps. So first of all, you need to open up PowerShell. To open up PowerShell, type in PowerShell. I do it through the ISE. What's an ISE? I'll let you know in the later sessions. And always try to run PowerShell as an admin. I like the IC version a lot. Let's go to the script pane. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is to install the Windows feature. So the command is install -windows. You don't have to remember the commands in PowerShell. If you know the first few characters, just type in this and put a tab. Okay, the command spelling is wrong over here. install-windows. You see, it auto-populates. What feature would you like to install? I would like to install the AD-domain services. Yep. Domain-services. This is the run command. Now this will be installing it. You see over here, it's collecting the data, and the installation has started. So this is the same what we used to go to the server manager, click on manage, and then add roles and features. That is being substituted by this command. You see now that the success is true. The restart was not required. Exit code is success. It means that it has been installed. And this is the feature result. Active Directory Domain Services. Now we need to install the deployment module. The command for that would be import-module, and then it's ADTS deployment. ADTS deployment. If I need to run only this line, highlight this, and this is the F8 button, run selection, install it. That's been done. Let me pause the video and write in a few lines of code. I'll show you what the script looks like. I'll pause the video and come back again. So my script is back up. Let's run this now. So the domain name would be askandexpert.com. Enter. This is the DSRM password. Let's enter this. Okay. Confirm the password again. Okay. This target server will be converted to a domain controller. I want to do this. Click yes. This is installing the ADDS forest. Let's wait on this. So as we've seen in the graphical way, this is going through the same process but through a command line perspective. So if you match by rewinding the video, you'll see that the same error message, the same warnings used to come when we were doing it through the GUI way. My recording, the way of recording is a bit like outdated. I'm really completely not sure on these recording softwares, but nevertheless it solves the purpose. So in due time I'm sure I'm going to improve on that as well. So it's installing the new forest. You see that it's installing the group policy management console. Let's wait on the other things as well. All the tests have completed successfully. So let me explain the different features over here. It says install ADDS forest. In the first script we had installed the Windows feature wherein we added the roles, and then we imported the ADDS deployment module. Don't worry, these are not hefty terms. when I do the sessions for PowerShell, you'll understand it quite easily. Now through the script, it's installing the ADDS forest. The DNS delegation was false. This is the path that we specified where the database files for AD would be stored. And we have chosen the default ones, that's C drive, Windows, NTDS. The domain mode is Windows 2016. The NetBIOS name, okay, there would be an error because there would have been a hyphen over here. Okay, this would be restarted. Let's close this. Let the computer restart. So the script had a few errors. I'll rectify that in the later sessions. I'll do it offline and I'll make the machine up and running in a proper way. So as I said the last time, the moment it restarts, you will see that the domain name would prefix the username. Let's wait on that. I'm sure it would appear because the forest was created. It'll go through the installation of the updates. It's quite late for creating this video, 12:08 a.m. But I'm a nocturnal guy. I do most of the things in the night. Let's wait. Okay, it's almost there. Applying the computer settings. Let me pause it. This is gonna take a bit of time. So once we are back at the login screen, I'll resume the video. So we are back up now. You see that the domain controller has been installed and we have the domain name over here, ask an expert / administrator. Let's put in the password. We are in. We'll see if the AD was installed or not. It will come up on the server manager. On the left hand side you will have the ADDS role, the DNS option as well. Let it populate. In the meantime, let's go and see in the administrative tools if that has come up or not. Let's go to Windows Administrative Tools. Yes, we have it. You see over here the AT module for Windows. Oh, the system ran into a problem. Let me restart this and resume the window again. Oh, it's restarting itself, so let's wait for a second. The Windows logo. This had been a long video, but in future sessions I'll try to make shorter sessions so that it's interesting for you as well. You don't get bored. This being a long session, the reason being I had taken up two ways of installing the ADDS role. One through the graphical and then demoting it and then removing the roles, going back through PowerShell, creating a script, making it run through PowerShell and then a restart. So in fact we covered two different sessions into one session. It's applying the computer settings. I'll pause this video because this takes a bit of time. So once we are back at the login screen, I'll resume again. So the server is back up and running now. You see that the domain shows askanexpert.com and this is the computer name. Let's open up AD. I'll go through the command line. That's dsa.msc. It's not able to find. Why is that so? ADDS. We'll do a bit of troubleshooting as well. This might happen with you, so let's see why this has gone wrong. Let's go to the manage part. Next. We have the ADDS role installed. The server, DNS server is installed. Run DSA dot msc. Let's go to the admin tools. Okay, we don't have the ADTS role installed. And why is that so? Let me troubleshoot. I'll resume the window once again. For the troubleshooting part, I ran a command get Windows feature. This will show me all the features that's been installed on the server. Let's check for ADTS. Okay, the ADTS tools were not installed. The module has been installed. These are the things that needs to be installed. Let's install those as well. Install Windows feature AD asterisk. Okay, it's not able to find it. Get member. Let us see the features through the add tools and features. Next, 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 next. ADTS is installed. Okay, next. Okay, this is installed. Sorry, I missed on something. Add tools and features. Next, next, next. AD is installed. Federation service, I don't need this. This is the LDS. RMS, I don't require this. DSCP is okay. Next. Group policy is done. But it's not required. Next. Next. Restart if there's a need. Click yes. Install. Let me pause this again. Well, that wasn't a problem because the AD binaries were loaded. So I tried creating a new user by new AD user, and then I tried filtering it out. I put it in the command get AD user. I see that I am able to make changes to the AD. The new user is created. So these are the two ways in which you can install the ADTS role onto the computer. One through the GUI and secondly through PowerShell. So to go through the window, the complete script is over here. You can take a screenshot, you can make a note of this, and there's nothing wrong over here, so not to worry on this. Do let me know how you gain from this video, and in the later sessions, some or the other day I'll take you the complete session for PowerShell. This would be quite easy to understand in those at that time. So let's wait for the next session to come in. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great time. Bye bye.